Well, for more, financial columnist Taha Arvas joins us now live in the studio. Thanks so much for coming in. You're talking now about major powers opposing this move by the United States. China, Japan, Turkey, India. Is there anything that can be done at this point to stop these U.S. sanctions?
Realistically, no. The short answer is no, only because the U.S. has shown in the past that countries that do fight back against these sanctions are punished. And the rule of the game is, if you want to play in my playground, these are the rules, I set the rules, what are you going to do about it? That's really the stance that previous administrations have taken, and Trump has very much enforced the same situation. So the short answer is no, there's really not much that can be done here for these countries.
I mean, the U.S. does still own the playground, then, is what you're saying. And Turkey is particularly desperate to change that. But realistically, it's not tangible at this point.
The other countries we talked about, China, India, et cetera, these have, I mean, Turkey is one of these countries that has some negotiating power, but frankly, not as much as China does. Obviously, if the Chinese say, listen, we need this Iranian oil, we're going to get it no matter what, so we can either do it, your way or our way. I mean, China and the United States are already in a little bit of a war because of the Huawei situation, et cetera. So who knows, But as far as Turkey imports energy. Iranian Persian oil is actually very important for Turkey. It actually only imports 12% of its oil from Iran. But having said that, it's a very specific type of oil. The Saudi and UAE oil is not the same. It's a much lighter oil. This is very heavy. It's used for asphalt in Turkey. It's used for a lot of other... And Turkish refineries are set up because of the Obama administration's, the nuclear deal with Iran. Turkey thought, okay, that's it. No more sanctions on Iranian oil. We're going to be good for the future here. And they invested heavily, billions of dollars, into refineries that could refine Iranian oil. And now things have changed. So that's going to be an uphill battle here.
And the U.S. consolation that Saudi and UAE will somehow make up for the deficit created by banning Iranian oil, it's not a consolation. It doesn't serve the same purpose.
That's right.
But, I mean, how will this affect us, for example, as consumers here in Turkey?
I mean, a $10 increase in oil is about a $4 billion hit to the Turkish economy. Crude oil has gone up from around $50 to $75 in a matter of 3-4 months, almost 50%. So when these sanctions, now that they've begun to kick in, when they we actually feel the pinch from that, it will hurt consumers, obviously. The one thing what's ironic in all this is people think that because the sanctions will come out, that Iranian oil will no longer be sold. That's unfortunately not the case in the matter of any type of sanctions, because smugglers always find a way. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Saudi or UAE oil comes back to many parts of the world, from Iran, via Iran, because I mean, now what's going to happen is there will be middlemen between the consumer and Iran, and they'll be taking a large part of this money, and the regime will probably not be very much affected by this. They'll make less money, but it won't be, the output will be more if possible, and they'll make up for it that way. So.
Okay. Taha, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much for coming in, as always.